Hi, I'm Ankur Chaudhary and welcome to the special video lecture on how to prepare general knowledge section for the SNAP test brought to you by hitbullseye.com. Now, as you all must be knowing, the SNAP test is a gateway to a large number of reputed MBA colleges across the country. Hence, it is very popular amongst MBA aspirants. The SNAP written test is also unique in the sense that it has a separate section on general knowledge or general awareness. This particular section constitutes about 22% of the total marks of the paper and usually has 40 questions out of a total 140 questions in the paper. Now, during the course of this video presentation, I'll be taking up an in-depth analysis of the past year papers as they have occurred in the SNAP written test, especially focusing on the GK section, as well as I'll be providing you with a sound strategy on how to prepare and ace this section. Firstly, let us try and understand why a strong performance in the general knowledge section is important for you to propel your scores in the SNAP test. Now, due to its inherent nature, the questions on general knowledge provide you with higher accuracy. This is because if you know the answer to a particular question, there is little or no scope of confusion. Secondly, these questions are highly time efficient because there is no calculation or analysis work required on your part. Thirdly, due to the additional section in the SNAP test, the GK section provides you with a good and a solid backup in case you feel that you are weak in the traditional sections like Quant, Verbal, Reasoning, DI, etc. Also, as we discussed earlier, around 40 out of 180 marks, that is approximately 22% of the entire paper, comes from the GK section. The GK section in the SNAP written test can be broadly divided into two parts: static GK and current GK. Static GK, as the name suggests, consists of questions from areas which do not change over time like history, geography, constitution, etc. Conversely, current GK has questions from current affairs from India and across the world from the last 12 months. So as you can clearly see in the table before you, the SNAP examiners have a tendency to put more static GK questions as compared to the current GK questions. However, you must bear in mind that this pattern is not fixed and is liable to change next year or in subsequent years. So it is important for you that you focus appropriate time and energy and prepare in a balanced way when you talk about static GK and current GK. Next, we take a look at from what areas are questions being asked in the GK section of the SNAP written test. As you can see clearly from this table that there is no discernible trend as far as the past year paper are concerned. Hence, it is imperative for you that you balance out your preparations and divide equal time and energy to each sub area of this section. Now, moving to the analysis part of this particular presentation, now I'll be taking up a few questions of relatively easy level as they have appeared in the past SNAP written test in the GK section. This is in order for you to check your current levels of preparations. The first question is, IRDA is the Indian regulator for the options are banking sector, mutual fund, rural development, and none of the above. Now I'm sure most of you know the answer to this particular question. IRDA in fact is an acronym for Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. So it is a regulator for the insurance sector. Since that option has not been given to us, the answer of course is none of the above. Next, the question is from Indian polity. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha is elected by, the options are members of the Lok Sabha, President of India, leader of the majority party in the Lok Sabha, and none of the above. Again, this is a relatively easy level question. An answer, of course, as most of you must have guessed by now, members of the Lok Sabha. The next question is, the giant panda, one of world's most threatened species, is a symbol of, again this is a very popular symbol that you must have come across on television, print media, etc. And the answer is the World Wildlife Fund or WWF. The next easy level question is, cartography is the study of cartilages and bones, cartoons, maps and carrots. And of course the answer is maps. Now we'll take a look at certain difficult level questions as they have appeared in the previous exams. So which bank was the first to introduce the automatic teller machine or ATM in India? The answer is HSBC, and you'll be surprised to know that ATMs in India were introduced in 1987 by HSBC in Mumbai. Moving on to the next difficult level question. Gold fixing, that refers to setting the price of gold. Where is the value of gold set? The answer to this particular question is London. Next, we have a very interesting type of a question which appeared in SNAP 2013. The question is, Shaurya, Dridta, Karmnishtha is the motto of. The answer is ITBP or Indo-Tibetan Border Police. So now that you have a fair idea of the nature and type of questions which you might expect in the SNAP test, now we move on to how to prepare. First, we'll take up static GK. Let us take a look at the areas or sub areas from which you can expect questions from. So these areas are history, geography, economy, companies and brands, Indian political system and constitution, organizations including international and national organizations, science and technology with a major focus on science and its uses in daily life. Next, sports, and lastly, other questions which cannot be broadly classified under any other category are classified under miscellaneous. For a detailed discussion on these sub areas of static GK, I suggest you watch our video on how to prepare for static GK for MBA entrance examinations. Now in the first look, the syllabus for static GK seems to be very vast. However, if you streamline your preparation by concentrating your study only on a few reliable and authentic sources, you can prepare for static GK in an efficient and effective manner. So the first site that you can refer to is the official website of the Government of India, that is india.gov.in. Next website which I recommend you for preparation specifically for world economy and Indian economy related topics, this is ibef.org. And also you may refer to pib.nic.in to keep yourself abreast with the latest happenings as far as the Government of India is concerned. Also, the publication division of the Government of India publishes a book called India 2015, also popularly known as India Yearbook. So you may purchase a hard copy from the market or download its soft copy free of cost. Next, of course, you may refer to yearbooks published by any of these companies like Manorama or Tata McGraw-Hill, etc. Now, one particular question which troubles a large number of MBA aspirants is how to memorize this large amount of facts related to static GK and in fact current GK as well. Now, we suggest that you make your own handwritten notes firstly, and then secondly, it is imperative for you that you revise these notes multiple times before you eventually sit down in the exam. In the next section, I'll be talking to you about how to prepare for current GK. These are the broad areas from which you can expect questions in the SNAP GK test as far as current GK is concerned. These areas are economy, business and corporate news. These first two topics are very important with respect to the SNAP test. Indian polity, organizations and new developments in science and technology. Next, people in news, sports and the miscellaneous section. Again, for a detailed discussion on these areas, I suggest you watch our video on how to prepare current GK for MBA entrance examinations. So continuing with the preparation strategy for current GK, we suggest that you go through the past 3 to 4 years of question papers in order to get a feel of the type and nature of questions that are being asked in the SNAP GK section. Also, it is important for you that you prepare last 12 months current affairs from any reputed and competition specific magazine like Pratyogita Darpan or Competition Success Review. Also, another important aspect of GK preparation is that you must practice the maximum possible number of mock tests or mock questions while preparing for this section. In the next few slides, I'll be talking to you about a possible strategy that you may adopt while attempting the GK section in the SNAP test. Now, you must remember that in order to do 40 questions, you must not put more than 10 to 12 minutes and allocate the time that you save in the GK section to more time consuming sections like Quant, Verbal, DI, etc. Also, I recommend that you attempt the section in 2 cycles, which I'll explain in the subsequent slides. In cycle 1, you will identify the sitters and mark their answers. So these are the questions which are very easy in nature. Secondly, identify the questions that you think you can attempt if you spend more time and energy on them. Thirdly, identify those questions that you think you cannot attempt because you have little or no idea about them. In cycle 2, you will mark the questions that you have identified in step 2 of cycle 1 and put some time and energy into them and eventually mark their answers through intelligent guessing. So this type of question I'll be taking up in the next slide. The question is from SNAP previous year question paper. The question is, Dadabhai Naoroji in this paper, Poverty and Un-British Rule in India in 1867 explained about, the options are brain drain theory, economy drain theory, wants and means of India, benefits of the British rule. Now, as the title of the paper suggests, option number 4 can be ruled out instantly. Also, the brain drain theory is a relatively new concept, and since this paper was published in 1867, also this cannot be the answer. So as far as the question is concerned, out of the two options, the most appropriate answer is economic drain theory, which is in fact the right answer. In the next section of this video presentation, I'll be taking you through the website hitbullseye.com in order for you to identify the areas or the sources from which you can study for the SNAP GK written test. So if you go to hitbullseye.com, over here you will see a tab for GK Junction. You may click the tab or you may directly type gk.hitbullseye.com. Within this, these are the tabs in which a large number of resources have been given to help you in your preparation for the GK section of SNAP test. Firstly, the tab on current GK. In it, you will see GK snippets of the month. This covers the current affairs from India and across the world in a very concise and compact manner. Also, you will come across monthly cover story. This covers one particular issue from India or around the world in a very exhaustive and comprehensive manner. Also, in order for you to test your current level of preparation for current affairs, you will see current monthly GK tests. Moving on to the next tab. This tab, all the areas from which questions might be asked in the SNAP test. So if you go on economy and business, you will see that you have 90 pages of very authentic and comprehensive material for economy and business preparation. Moving on, you can also take static GK tests, test your level of preparations as far as different areas are concerned. In this, you will find tests divided area wise, section wise, as well as full length tests. Again, the next and the very important tab is previous actual tests. So if you click on MBA, over here you will find a list of questions as they were actually asked in previous year MBA questions as far as the GK section is concerned. So if you want to take the actual SNAP GK test from the year 2014, you will click Take Now and the test will start. So further, we provide you strategy and academic video lectures, something similar to what you're watching right now. Also, we will be providing you with in-depth analysis of your performance in the mock test that you take with us. This will help you in identifying your strong and weak areas of your preparation and direct your preparations accordingly. Get free access to academic and strategy related videos, mock tests and other articles. I suggest that you create your free account with hitbullseye.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel Hit Bullseye. Thank you.